Everyone thought she was just another quiet face in the crowd, until the general demanded her call sign, and when she finally answered, the world seemed to stop breathing. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The ballroom had been filled with chatter and laughter just moments before. Crystal glasses clinked, medals caught the light, and retired officers swapped stories of forgotten campaigns. But when General Marcus stepped forward, his voice carried above the noise. He fixed his sharp eyes on the woman near the back of the room, a woman in plain clothes, unassuming, almost invisible. "What's your call sign?" he demanded. The question silenced the crowd. Conversations froze mid-sentence. Forks hovered halfway to mouths. Everyone turned, watching her. She hadn't spoken much all evening, but there was something in the general's tone, something heavy, almost fearful, that pulled every gaze onto her. She hesitated. Her hands trembled slightly, clasped around a glass of water. She thought about staying silent, letting the moment pass, but she knew running from the truth only chained her tighter to it. Finally, she whispered it. "Specter 6. The air cracked. Chairs scraped as men stood without realizing. Even the general himself seemed to recoil, his stern jaw tightening as if the name had struck him like a blow. A ripple of whispers moved through the hall. Specter 6. Could it really be her? The crowd leaned forward, hungry for confirmation, terrified of what it might mean. She lowered her eyes, wishing she could disappear. But inside her chest, her heart thundered, not from shame, but from memory. She had lived with ghosts, and Specter 6 was the heaviest one of them all. The general's voice dropped to a near whisper, but the silence of the room made every word thunder. "I thought you were gone. They told us you never made it out." She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. A storm of recollections ripped through her mind. The jungle, the night raid, the radio silence. Men screaming, the sound of rotor blades fading into smoke, and her team, Specter unit, each one of them swallowed by fire, except her. She was the shadow that slipped through, the ghost no one expected to survive. The general took a step closer, eyes glassy with disbelief. "Why didn't you come forward? Why let us bury you?" Her voice cracked, low and trembling. "Because I didn't want the medals, I didn't want the pity, I carried their names, not mine." Coming back meant reliving it all. The crowd shifted uneasily, some bowed their heads, others stared, wide-eyed, as though witnessing something holy and terrible all at once. She could feel the weight of their judgment pressing on her chest, but also something else, respect. Quiet, cautious, but undeniable. The general's hand, aged but steady, reached out. His fingers hovered in the air, uncertain, before finally resting on her shoulder. "You didn't vanish," he said. "You carried them, and tonight, you carried us." It was then that she realized something. Her silence had not been cowardice. It had been survival. But now, standing in the middle of that hall, with eyes upon her and a general's hand anchoring her, she felt the chains break. Tears blurred her vision, but she didn't look away. She stood taller. For the first time, she let them see her, not just the survivor, not just the ghost, but the soldier who had borne the unbearable. The room erupted, not with cheers, but with a reverent applause, slow and rising like a wave. It wasn't for medals. It wasn't for glory. It was for truth finally spoken. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And sometimes, even the ghosts step into the light. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me for more stories that reveal the hidden courage in ordinary lives.